But one thing I wanted to talk about is show you why shipping is real important, and you need to weigh your items and make sure you get the shipping as accurate as possible. Hello, I want to welcome everybody back to the channel. If you're new here, my name's Richard. I buy things from garage sales, thrift stores, estate sales, state auctions, and occasionally retail arbitrage. I take those items and I sell them on eBay for a profit. So in today's video, I'm going to go over the weekend sales, letting you know where I sourced the item from, what I paid for the item, and what the item sold for. Also remind everybody too, and I'll show a link to the video right up here, where I'm giving away 2 of my brand new hats. So go watch the video and see how you can win. Today is Wednesday, May 18th, and we have 6 eBay orders going out today. Hello everyone, we're back down in the eBay store where I've got a few items to pull, so let's go ahead and get pulling. First item is Mario Kart Series 1. It's in bin P. And bin P is right here. Let's see where we put these. Here we go, right down here. So one of these. If you remember on those, I actually got those returned. The buyer actually opened them up and then sent them back. If I can remember, I'll show a link to the video up there. So that's the first item we've got going out. Next one is we sold some more Realtree shirts. Extra large, we sold a dark blue and a gray. And they are right down here. Here is an extra large and a dark blue. Large. Here we go. Extra large. Now remember all the Realtree shirts that I had? This is the only bin I have left of those. The button-up ones, those sold. I sold within 3 weeks. Still have these ones. These are the t-shirt style ones. These ones are selling a little slower, but we've since well made our money back on that deal. Okay, we sold a pair of jeans. It's in C2. Levi 514. Okay, C2 is right here. $514, 16M, 3428. Let's take a look. I think those are them. This 16 Husky, 3428. 16 Husky, 3428. So these are them. Okay. Let's put this back. One-handed. Man, this is hard. Okay. Next one is up on the top shelf here. It's a set of Jvc speakers. So let's grab the stool. And if I remember correctly, I think they're right up here. Like, well, let's see. Hopefully I put the shelf number on it. Did not. So I know they're right up here somewhere. Oh, they are right back over here. All right, let's move this out of the way. Okay, here they are right back here. Okay. Do we have anything else? Yes. Oh, we have one thing more, but I've already pulled that. I hadn't even put it into the inventory system yet, so I went and pulled that last night. So we'll go upstairs and tell you about these items. The reason we've got 6 orders going out today is my regular job, I actually had to go into the office yesterday, so I didn't get a chance to ship yesterday. That's why I choose to do 2-day handling, is when situations like this come up and I'm not stressed out trying to make sure I get orders out. So leave me a comment down below. How do you handle your shipping? Do you have 1-day shipping or do you have 2 or 3 days shipping? First item going out happens to be an item I picked up at my local thrift store. Picked up 2 of these. One's a water tank, one's a different one. This is an old-time water tank. It is for train sets. It is HO scale. It is brand new sealed. It's still got the plastic on it. I picked up 2 of these at the time. This one and another one. The other one was like a signal bridge. That one was open but still new, so I listed it as new open box. Into each of these for 50 cents each, so cost of goods into this is 50 cents. This sold for $19.32, and the buyer is paying $7.75 in shipping. Next item going out happens to be these Jvc speakers. They are CS-J620. They're 6.5-inch speakers. I picked these up at my local thrift store. Probably picked these up over a year ago. Paid $8 for these. These sold for $24.60, and the buyer is paying $8.22 in shipping. Next item going out, another thrift store item, happens to be these Levi's 514. They are 16H Husky 3428. I'm only into these for $1. These sold for $14.92, and the buyer is paying $9.58 in shipping. This next item I talked about, it's the Realtree shirts. I sold off all the button ones. Those ones sold off in 3 weeks. Made my money back plus some. So all the rest of them that I have left, which is not many, is strictly pure profit. It's these Realtree. These are the t-shirt style. But this buyer came in and bought 2. He bought the gray extra large and the dark blue extra large. If you notice, I actually do a quantity discount on these. And what that does, I've said this before, it actually entices the buyer to actually buy more than just one item. So that actually saves you on shipping. So the buyer paid $25.78. These are going free shipping, but these 2 shirts I can easily get to go out first class. And shipping will probably be around $4.50. So this next item going out happens to be this Mario Kart Series 1. Had these returned back to me because the buyer basically had opened them up and kind of peeked inside to see which they were. These were mystery boxes, so I had no clue what was in each one of them. This buyer actually received 3 of the same one, so they were upset and sent them back. Well, I told him he had damaged the item, and I told eBay that. So I only refunded him 50%. And if you're new, you can only deduct 50% even if the buyer damaged the item or opened the item. I actually sent an email to eBay about this case and showed them example of the boxes, things like that. They since closed the case. They said I was at no fault, but then they refunded the buyer back the difference. So if I can remember, I'll show a link to that video right up here. So what I decided to do with these, a viewer actually commented on the video and said that these would actually even sell even open box. So I decided to go ahead and sell an open box. This one sold for $6.12, and the buyer is paying $4.60 in shipping. So even if you receive an item back from buyer where it has been opened, where it was previously sealed, and you run into this type of case, you can still go ahead and list the item as an open box, and it'll still sell. Today is Thursday, May 19th, and we have 5 orders going out today. First item we have going out is an item I picked up at a garage sale last year. Happens to be this Cuisinart saucepan. It does come with the lid. It is stainless steel. Did put in the title, the model number, which you find right down here on the bottom. It is 719-16. I'm only into this for $2. This sold for $18.88, and the buyer is paying $13.15 in shipping. So next item going out happens to be another garage sale item. This one I just picked up this last weekend. Happens to be this Star Trek, the complete atlas of Star Trek. I'm only into this for 25 cents. At that garage sale, they were just trying to close up, and so they were saying everything was 25 cents no matter what the price was.
And there's more over at the end of that table. Here's another one if you need it. Thank you. Did you find something else in there? Yeah, that's not.
Picked up this one. Also picked up another one for Deep Space Nine. This sold for $22.32. And the buyer is paying $3.82 in shipping. Next item going out, another one of these t-shirt style Realtree shirts. Picked this up on RA. I'm only into this for $1. This sold for $12.60, and it is going free shipping. This is light enough, will easily go out first class. This next item going out happens to be an item I picked up at a thrift store. I picked up a set of dishes. It came with the cups, saucers, salt, pepper, things like that. Happens to be these plates. These are the last 2 of the dinner plates. Now on this, I hope it doesn't come back and bite me, because when I relisted, I put lot of 2 because I was selling these with a lot of 4. If you notice the picture here, I actually have 4 listed. So even though the title's correct, it says lot of 2. This happens to be the pink rose pattern. It is the gold standard. These sold for $14.58, and the buyer is paying $8.65 in shipping. Today is Friday, May 20th, and we have 7 eBay orders going out today. First item we have going out is an item I picked up at my local thrift store. I'm only into it for 10 cents. It's this Kellogg's Rice Krispie vintage bowl. It's not in the best condition. There has some cracking on it and some discoloration on the back. Took a best offer last night of $5, and the buyer is paying $5.25 in shipping. Next item going out happens to be an RA item. It's not one of those big high dollar sale items, but it's a multi-quantity, and they just keep selling. It's one listing and they just keep selling. Happens to be this ant bait eliminator. I believe I'm only into this for 25 cents. This sold for $7.70, and it is going free shipping. This is so light, it'll go under a 4-ounce rate. Next item going out happens to be an item I picked up at one of my local thrift stores. It's these Sebago Dock Ciders, if I pronounce that correctly. Into these for $9. These sold for $37.80, and the buyer is paying $11.19 in shipping. Next item going out happens to be an item I picked up last weekend when I went garage sailing. If I can remember, I'll throw a link to the video right up here. I actually had bought, it was the last garage sale I went to, and wasn't really finding much, but I did look through some of the VHSs, and I happened to come across a box, complete Highlander series, and they were all brand new sealed, and they only wanted $10 for the set, so I definitely picked those up.
Won't I look swell in sables? Hey, Peter! I want the Empire State Frisco's golden. You better get the best for me. Here's an amazing revelation. I kind of think that I'm cute and...
So this right here is the Highlander, the Raven. It is factory sealed. So I'd say cost of goods into this is probably a little over $1. We'll say $1. This sold for $25.76, and the buyer is paying $3.82 in shipping. This will definitely go out media mail. Next couple of items, actually, my phone went crazy. I had a cha-ching, a cha-ching, a cha-ching, one right after another, and I'm like, what is going on? Well, the same buyer came in and bought 3 items back to back and didn't put them on the same order. So the first thing they bought, let me get these are heavy, is these Women's Day Encyclopedia of Cooking. It is the complete set. I'm only into this for $1 at my local thrift store. These do date back to 1966. These sold for $28.34, and the buyer is paying $14.53 in shipping. Now with these can definitely go out media mail, and they are heavy. Next item from that same buyer, he came in and bought this vintage bartender Libby's mixing glass. As you can see in the description, I went and put vintage Libby bartender. I put pub, bar, cocktail recipe, mixing glass, printed drink recipes. So it has all the different recipes to the drinks on here. I'm only into this for $0.25. I picked it up at my local thrift store. This sold for $11.14, and the buyer is paying $11.75 in shipping. Next order from that same buyer happens to be an item I picked up at my local thrift store. I'm only into it for 50 cents. It's this McDonald's hamburger tie. I did put in the title, McDonald's Hamburgers Black Tie Necktie 2011 McDonald's Corp. And I did put rare. Didn't see many listings out there. This sold for $25.76, and the buyer is paying $4.70 in shipping. So, seeing how they have the 3 orders going out, the encyclopedias, those will go in a separate box, but I will combine the shipping on this and this together, and depending upon the cost, go ahead, refund the buyer back some of the shipping cost. Last item going out today happens to be this vintage 1978 greenhouse. Just has like the index cards of all the different type house plants, things like that. And information about it. Picked this up at my local thrift store. I actually picked up 2 at the time. I listed 1 at a time. The first one sold last week. This one I went and got listed and it sold right away. I went and upped the price on it a little bit. I'm only into this for $5. This sold for $28.34, and the buyer is doing a local pickup. So I talked to the buyer today and we're arranging pickup for it tomorrow. So I'll go ahead and take you along and show you the process when you do a local pickup. Hope you don't mind I have a camera on.
Oh, that's fine.
Okay. You got your phone?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Give me a second. I can't see anything.
Pull it up and it should have something about like pickup, and then it'll give me like QR code to scan.
Do I go to purchase history?
I'm sorry?
Do I go to purchase history? Or do I go to my email? I've never done this.
Go to your purchases.
Yeah.
It's hard to see that screen.
Let me go to my email. Maybe it has it.
Here, let me. Okay.
Oh, that's a little baby tick. Not gonna live long. Gross. Okay.
I just sent you an email, said here.
Yeah, do you know how to get to it?
Let me see here. Item, shipping, local pickup.
There we go.
Okay,
I'm sorry, I can't make it any brighter. That's as bright as it goes.
that should be okay. Nope. Let me come over here in the shade.
What are you doing?
Okay, why is it not picking it up? All right, let me just take a picture of that. It's not, I don't know why it's not scanning.
Maybe my brightness went down.
Well, here we go. Okay, there we go. I got it.
Thank you. Sorry
Thank
about
you
that.
very much. No, that's okay.
Have a good day.
You guys enjoy yourself up. You're going to Kansas City, right?
Yep.
Yep, enjoy yourself. Today is Monday, May 23rd, and we have 6 orders going out today. We have a few orders to pull, so let's go ahead and get busy. First item, we're pulling a Union Pacific hat. It is an S2. So that should be right over here. It should be in here. It's not that one. It's not that one. We have 2 of them. This one right here. Next order we have going out is a couple more of the Realtree shirts. Let's put this bin back up. Okay, Realtree right down here. We got 2 of these to pull. Okay, we have a 2XL dark blue and an XL dark blue. Okay, those should be right down here. Large, large. There's an XL. Right up here. Alright, I believe it should be down here somewhere. Oh, there we go, right there. Okay, 2XL. And if you noticed, whoops, on these, I picked these up on Retail Arbitrage. I'm only into them for $1. But when I went through them all and got them listed, I did variation listings. And then I put on the tags to make it easier to read, where it has 2XL in the size. So that way, when I was pulling orders, it makes it that much easier. And here's the XL. So let's double check, make sure. 2XL and XL, okay? Okay, next thing, once we go upstairs and get ready to pack this and I show you this item, something I wanted to tell you about this item and why they probably picked mine over another buyer. Okay, and the last thing we have to pull is some vintage Chinese coasters, bin T. Okay, I remember I picked those up at thrift store. This bin's getting empty, and here they are right there. First item going out today happens to be a thrift store item. I picked up this Union Pacific hat. I actually picked up 3 at the time. One I still need to clean. I did list the 2. This one sold. I'm only into it for $2 each a hat. This sold for $25.16, and the buyer is paying $12 in shipping. That tells me this is probably going eBay International. Next 2 items going out happens to be 2 Realtree shirts. I'm only into these for $1 each. First one went out was one of these dark blue 2XL shirts. This sold for $12.31 and it is going free shipping. Next one going out, another one. This happens to be the XL. Again, this sold for $12.31 and it is going free shipping. These are sold white, probably go out at about an 8-ounce rate. This next item going out happens to be an item I was talking about downstairs when I was pulling the orders. Happens to be these vintage ceramic Tote salt and pepper shakers. Does have Alaska on them. And what I did is I actually opened these up rather than trying to take the picture through the box, because then I can get a lot clearer picture. But one thing I wanted to talk about is show you why shipping is real important, and you need to weigh your items and make sure you get the shipping as accurate as possible. If you noticed right here, same item. Theirs is just a little bit different in the title, but theirs are $8.99 plus $10.90 in shipping. Mine actually sold for higher. Mine sold for $11.72, but on my shipping, I'm only charging the buyer $5.25 in shipping, where they were charging over $10 for shipping. So that's why it's real important to weigh these things. Just by itself, it's $4.45. The size of this is 5 by 3.5 by 2. But seeing how these are already in a box, I can do one of two things. I can put these in a padded envelope, maybe open this up, put some bubble in there, or I've got a 6 by 4 by 4 box. And that still keeps it under 8 ounces. So having the right boxes to ship a product, to keep the weight down. Also, too, making sure you have a scale and weigh the items with the packing material you plan on using with that item. If you don't have a scale, down in the description, I actually have an affiliate link to the one that I use. I actually use the Accutech. It has a separate digital display on it. Next item, moving on. I'm actually only into these. I picked these up at my local thrift store. I'm only into them for 50 cents. If you notice up in the title, I did put vintage Chinese coasters, set of 6, fabric embroidered, symbol, and I did look up the symbol, and the way I did that, I can't remember how I looked these up. I thought I did it through Google Lens, apparently not. And I put good luck and happiness. I'd actually had to look these up. I can't remember quite how I looked them up, if I did it on Google Lens or if I just did a Google Lens search for similar items and then just went through and started looking for similar titles. But as far as I could tell, that's what this symbol means here, is good luck and happiness. So I put that into the title as well. These sold for $19.28 and the buyer is paying $4.75 in shipping. So light, it'll go out under 4 ounces. The last item I have going out happens to be an item that I picked up when I went garage sailing last weekend. Not a big money maker. I'm only into it for 25 cents. I picked up some other ones as well. It's Pirates, Band of Misfits. It is brand new sealed. That was one of the reasons I picked it up. Didn't do comps on it, but still making a little bit of money on it. This sold for $2.77 and the buyer is paying $3.19 in shipping. So those are all the orders we have that went out this week to go ahead and close out the weekend sales. If you like content like this, give me a thumbs up, helps the channel. Also, too, if you're not currently subscribed, consider subscribing down below and hitting the bell notification. You'll be notified the next time I do a video. Until next time, keep picking. and the buyer is paying the sold. Great, where do I get this one? There, right here. Put that back. This one I went downstairs. Happened so light it'll easily go out as a first class. So light it'll go out at a first class